Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Buck's Garage. Today we're going to take a look at my 1986 Honda Rebel 250 and we're going to attempt to replace this pesky starter clutch right here. So I've never done this before, so this is going to be an experience for all of us, I guess. So get comfortable, let's see what we can do. The starter clutch lives inside this casing right here. This is on the dry side of the motorcycle, so there will be no oil inside here. Now you got to take all these bolts out first. These are, I believe they're 8mm. Yep, so I'm just gonna go ahead and loosen everything up and just take it out. I might have to take all this off too, and I think I'm gonna take the sprocket cover off as well, just to have more access to things. So let's start here. Apparently this is a very common issue with these older Hondas, is that they'll start okay when they're cold, and then they'll get hot and the starter clutch will not engage. So the chain will be spinning and it will sound something like this. So when you hear that, then you know it's the clutch that is not engaging. There are some rollers and some pins and springs in here that apparently they just got buggered up, you know, over time, and eventually this clutch will not engage when it's hot. So this is what we're gonna attempt to fix today. I believe I gotta take this off too. I guess I'm gonna have to take the shifter off as well. This is a 1986 Honda Rebel 250 CMX, I believe is the full name. And it looks like it probably has not been touched in 35 years, so this is going to be interesting. These two are long ones, if I remember correctly. The long ones always go on top here, but we'll see as we keep going. Oh man. Oh, you better not. I wonder if I have to take this kickstand thingy on. Oh, okay. This is reverse, but good to know. Okay, so one right inside there, and let's see if we can. It helps to have your tools in order. There we go. It's just gonna be one of these days, huh? Okay, two medium ones, two long ones. The long ones go on the top, medium ones on the bottom. This one will go here, and the two very short ones up there. Let's see if we can get this thing loose. Let me get a persuader we can do here. You can do it. Don't be shy. Okay. So apparently this metal gasket is not part of the casting. It's like a separate metal plate behind there. Then there's a gasket, which I am now destroying. Oh, that's beautiful. What am I heading now? I guess we're gonna have to take these two bolts out, because I guess I'm stuck with this stupid peg. Alrighty. I'm gonna balance this bike on my head. Whatever shop you're in, 2x4s, you need to have 2x4s. Just pieces of wood that you can stack. Actually, I forgot about this. I got a 4x4. $75 for it right here. Oh. Hey, we're free. Maybe I don't have to take it off after all. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, so that's what happened here. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna put this bolt back in. See, you can actually see the corrosion in there. I don't know what this white stuff is. Probably just years of sitting outside. This is your stator/generator. These are magnets, and this is your coil. So that spins around that. Generates electricity, and that's the extent of my electrical knowledge. This part, this is what we're gonna replace. This lives right there behind this. So let me put you back down here so we can try to accomplish something here. This is why I was weary about this project to begin with. This is the issue with this. Well, it's not an issue, but it might be the hard part, is that this whole assembly is pressed onto your crankshaft that goes through the motor. So you have to loosen this up, and then we use this special tool that I purchased, and the special tool is this bolt. And basically this is a 16 millimeter 1.5 bolt thread, because you'll see in a minute, once we take this out, this is actually threaded on the inside, and then you thread this bolt in, and that's what pulls it off the shaft. So this is going to be the trickiest bit of the operation, according to me. So what I was doing before, I had my shimmy behind this plate, and I was actually ripping this whole plate off. And then, so these are two separate pieces, this plate and this casing as separate, and I completely obliterated this gasket. I guess I'm just gonna put some liquid gasket on it because I don't have this gasket right now, and this is just to keep the dust and elements out of here, because this is obviously a dry part of the motor. There's no oil in here. There's not supposed to be any oil in here. There are actually there are bearings and seals behind this thing, so you have to be careful you don't break those, because if you have if this part of the motor starts leaking oil, if you start leaking oil out of here, that's not good. So let's try and not do that. Okay, so this is another issue you might run into. Where is that shifter? Oh, I took it off. I didn't put the bike in gear. But what I got is this tool that somebody suggested online. It's basically this vice grip with a chain on it. You say run the chain around this to keep it from spinning. I never used this before, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, that's close. Let's loosen a little bit and clamp down on this. Okay. Whew. So now let's try. Let's just have this sit against this. And then okay. Ooh. Scared me. Yeah, so it's just hand tight. It's super easy. There's a washer on here, I can see, don't lose that. Looks like a crush washer, so. Alrighty. So we're coming on to the tricky bit of the operation. So this comes out, that's what it looks like. See, there's a washer. Let's keep that there, that's probably for spacing. Now inside there, you basically it's your crankshaft. So what we're gonna do now is use the special tool, or the 16 mil bolt, and it's supposedly supposed to just thread in there magically. Yes, it has, okay. then it stops. It's gonna stop, it's gonna bottom out. Now, what I've seen some guys do and say is you're supposed to tighten it and give it a tap right here, a little love tap with a hammer, just to kind of help loosen it off the shaft. But you have to be careful, you know, you're shocking the system here, because this is your crankshaft. If you break those bearings and seals and start leaking oil, then, you know, hopefully I won't do that either. The tolerances on this, how tight this is. This is kind of loose. Okay, so this has movement to it, and you want to keep it like that. This is 17 millimeter. I think that's what fits this. Yes. Okay, now this is going to be. Now we have to go the other way with this. So this one is actually. Now what I'm trying to understand is we're going to take this sucker off. I think we're going to take these off and replace it with that, and now we'll go on there. Okay, so this is what ended up happening. I cannot get these screws out there. As you can see, I tried, but I tried anti-seize, but I'm just stripping these out, and this is going to be a problem to find these probably. But once you take this new clutch apart right there, you can see that this is the one-way bearing with these are the rollers. You can see the springs and the little push rods there, the old ones right here. So I just took the old ones out, and I'm just gonna try and take these and put them in the original assembly. They fit in there. So we got those. So I'm gonna try and transfer these to that, and hopefully I can just put this back onto the bike. And the operation has been successful. We got all the new rollers inside. There they are. And you know, really that's the issue, was the rollers and the springs, and I kind of cleaned this up to the best of my ability. So we can reassemble this and see if it actually, you know, if it'll work. So this should just go inside, and then, you know, it spins one way, and then it locks the other way. That's that one-way clutch. That's what it is. Spins freely, locks up. Spins freely, locks up. That's what you want. So hopefully, using all original parts and the new rollers installed from this, I'm just gonna put this back on there and see what we get. I want to torque it down some more, but I don't want to overdo it. Do I have a tube? I guess I do have a tube. Okay, it's still going. We have like a good 1/8 of an inch maybe. Moment of truth right here. Okay, a little bit of choke. Seems to be fine. It's a little cold. Okay, I'm gonna go for a quick spin. turned it off. Now let's see if it'll start up again. Well, I don't know. Seems to be okay. I guess that was a success, everybody. I'm going to kind of retighten everything. But yeah, looks like we're there. That was point of the mission, to get it to start when it's hot. Tighten this. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.